We flew a very circuitous route from Manchester via Brussels to Lisbon, using both Brussels Airlines and TAP Portugal. We boarded Marina about 4 o'clock for a cruise which will take us to a couple of so far unvisited places in North Africa. But our first port of call is Cadiz. It was rather choppy on the way into Cadiz, and we arrived about midday. So after lunch we did our normal thing in Cadiz and went for a stroll. As soon as we got off, there was a short heavy downpour of rain, but once that had cleared, we went on our way. Past the cathedral, we're heading for the Café Royalty, a restored early 20th century masterpiece. Coffee and a very large slice of cake to share. Then a pleasant stroll back through the sunshine to rejoin Marina. Overnight we sail to Tangier. This is the third largest city in Morocco and one of its most important ports. It has a history going back nearly 3,000 years, and we have decided to take the ship's tour to see some of the highlights. And here is our trusty tour bus. Our first stop is to see this sign, which purports to show where the Atlantic Ocean ends and the Mediterranean Sea begins. Tangier is at the very western end of the Strait of Gibraltar. Our next spot is Cape Spartel, which marks the southern point of the western entrance to the Strait of Gibraltar. The lighthouse was built in 1864 and is now in part a museum. Next stop, the Caves of Hercules, which, as the name suggests, are associated with that Greek hero. This entrance is supposed to remind you of the shape of the continent of Africa. The cave used to be quarried to make millstones, and you can still see the shapes of some which were left behind. Our next stop was a short refreshment break at a hotel. Then it's on to the Medina, Tangier's ancient walled city. And down there is Marina in the harbour. Next to us is a small Sea Dream cruise ship, fewer than 100 passengers. The walking took its toll. We had 2 stops where we could sit down for a bit, a sort of craft centre which sold leather goods and so on, which was very boring, and a sort of herbal pharmacy, which was much more interesting, and we did buy some things. Melilla is a Spanish enclave surrounded by Morocco. It's been part of Spain since 1498. After the reconquest of Spain by the Catholic monarchy, they didn't stop at the Strait of Gibraltar, but continued across the sea and took over bits of North Africa as well. The first stop of the port shuttle bus is just outside the dock gates, which is also just outside the entrance to the old town. This is a fortress built during the 16th and 17th centuries, now restored, and it serves as a museum. This is one of the large cisterns which stored water for the citadel. At the top of the citadel is the Torre della Vela, which is now a museum. From here we were able to take a lift down to sea level, where we reboarded the port shuttle to its next stop in the city centre. Much of the architecture in Melilla is in the early 20th century Modernismo style, as you see in Barcelona. The architect chiefly responsible for all this was Enrique Nieto, who was a pupil of Gaudi. And this is a statue of him admiring one of the buildings he designed. Back at the Plaza de España, waiting for the shuttle bus to take us back to the ship. Next day it's Alicante, and we planned just to take a stroll around the town. Alicante's castle up there won't be on our itinerary today. This memorial is to a British merchant sea captain who saved 3,000 Republican refugees at the end of the Spanish Civil War. This is the Passeig Esplanada de España. This is the City Hall. The 16th century Basilica of Santa Maria. And so back to the harbour. Next day it's Palma de Mallorca. But because of the rubbish timings of the shuttles and the not so good weather, we decided we might as well stay on board today. From the ship we can see Palma's great Gothic cathedral and Castillo Belver. And then it's Marseille, where the shuttle timings did work out for us. The shuttle drops us by the beginning of the old port. We stopped here for our morning coffee and croissant, which wasn't the best we'd had this trip. we sail overnight to Barcelona, where we will finally disembark.